First, a little background. I have played Helldivers 2 for 130 hours, reaching level 63, unlocked all premium war bonds and guns, stratagems, and pretty much 95% of all you can unlock. All without spending a dime past the purchase. Yes, I sometimes farm super credits. So what? I purchased the game for €39.99 and I had my fun standing up for managed democracy and freedom. I'm being honest here, the game is a lot of fun in my opinion. For the purpose of this video, there is something we need to address. Sony has had its data stolen, services hacked, and DDoSed more times than most. And while I have no doubt they did implement stricter security measures, just last year they apparently had the data of their employees stolen. I mean, come on. If they aren't protected, can we expect any different? It's pretty much a meme that Sony gets hacked into every 6 months, and it's everywhere from movies, games, and services. Now, today I woke up to an attack by the enemies of freedom and liberty. This post on Steam saying that I would be required to give Sony my personal information or I would no longer be able to play the game after May 30th. Then I went and looked up the Steam reviews, and oh boy. So first I checked the user agreement for Helldivers 2, and nothing in it says I have to have a PlayStation Network account to access my license of the game. Then I checked Reddit, and let's just say people aren't happy, even comparing this to Tarkov's recent suicide. From the new map, according to PlayStation, that Super Earth represents, some people can play, some people fuck them, you know, they can buy it on Steam but they can't play, to the community manager being extremely sensitive to the situation, just suggesting to refund and leave when someone says to backpedal or lose your player base, to memes and pointing out the obvious. Oh, and pointing out that if a Sony account isn't required to play the game or isn't connected, it's very hard for them to track player accounts. It says Steam doesn't allow them to have any way to track a unique player IDs through their systems. Isn't there a Steam ID? What I was looking. And apparently, this very intelligent gentleman was completely unaware that some countries didn't have the ability at all to make a PSN account, when he was being sensitive. And then saying that they're having talks with people at Sony, and they're trying to figure out what to do next, if they want to backpedal or not. Feeling confused, I went to ask for a friend's opinion, ChatGPT. Now, he's not the chattiest, but he really listens, So I asked him, how many times were Sony cyber defeated? And he said loads of times. Then I asked him if he was a player, would he trust Sony with his information? And he said, well, things are always relative. Sometimes he gets a little flustered, and you really need to pry an answer out of him. So I just said, hey, answer yes or no. Would he trust Sony if he was me? And as wise as he is smart, no, plain and simple. So after all that, I did this. I changed my review. Then I installed the game. And I asked for a refund because their demands of linking accounts are not mentioned in the user agreement, and therefore it's an attempt to force me to relinquish my information in exchange for continuing to play Helldivers 2, akin to extortion in my opinion. Now Steam has a choice. They can either abide by the fact that none of us agreed to this on purchase and that it's not listed in the user agreement or EULA, and force them to walk it back and that's it. Or they can set the precedent that studios can hold our games hostage for our information. And this time it's our information. What if next time some studio says, hey, remember the game we released 2 months ago? Pay us another $20 or lose access to it permanently. What then? As shown, I changed my Steam review, uninstalled, and asked for a refund. Hopefully Steam will realize they should side with us and leverage the refunds they would do to force PlayStation to walk back their extortion attempt. If they walk it back, then I will figure out my next step. But no one should be put in this position. What are you going to do in this situation? Are you okay with being pressured into giving out your information? Do you trust Sony with your information? Are you in a country that cannot do this and will lose access to the game because you effectively can't use the PlayStation Network in your country? Let me know in the comments below. Just please be respectful. Leave a like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.